Welcome back. Your time now is 6:14. It is time to open the books. This week, we're discussing driverless cars on Austin's roadways.
Yeah, the cars have been a hot topic of conversation recently, causing issues here in Austin, but even bigger problems for other parts of the country. Here to help us dive into the topic, CEO and founder of OpenTheBooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Allison. John Carlos.
Good morning, Adam. You've only seen these vehicles in just a few select cities. Why is Austin a prime testing zone for these driverless cars?
Well, in 2017, in the Texas state legislature, they usurped local control over the regulation of driverless vehicles. So the city council members, they're handcuffed on the regulation of these vehicles. It's all at the state level. You've got three primary providers here in Austin, and critics say that the downtown Austin has become the global test track for their development and testing of these driverless cars. You've got Cruise Cars. They're owned by General Motors. You've got Waymo. They're owned by Google's Alphabet. And then you've got Volkswagen entering the market. All kinds of different questions here. For instance, if you're a police officer and you notice one of these driverless cars violating local traffic laws, who do you ticket? Well, the state law does control on that, and it says you ticket the owner, General Motors. So, for instance, after that UT football game, when the roads were shut down with 20 of these cars bunched in there, were there any tickets issued? And that's a question on the table. The cops, the police officers, they're probably holding back from enforcement of the traffic laws with these things as well.
Adam, for the viewers watching at home, are taxpayers here in Austin or Texas or even the federal level helping fund the innovation and testing of these driverless cars?
So we took a look at the Austin City checkbook, the state of Texas checkbook. According to our data at OpenTheBooks.com, no dollars, no taxpayer subsidy of these companies, thankfully. Now, at the federal level, Waymo, we can't find any taxpayer support, but Cruise Cars did cash up to $200,000 worth of COVID aid bailouts on the Small Business Paycheck Protection Program loans that were forgiven for Cruise Cars. According to the records, they have 18 employees out of Florida. They cashed those checks and they got their loans forgiven, even though they're owned by General Motors.
Adam, as of last week, we had 43 complaints in Austin because of these driverless cars. We now know that the National Transportation Safety Board is opening an investigation into Cruise Cars here in Austin. What is the NTSB investigating?
So last week, they opened up the investigation on at least 4 instances where the Cruise hit pedestrians, where the Cruise Cars hit pedestrians, these robo-taxis. So they're looking at the severity and scope of the problem. These driverless cars have had all kinds of problems in other markets. For example, like in San Francisco, they've been in wet cement. They've also had traffic shutdowns at concert venues and other issues as well.
Yeah, Adam, let's talk about some of those other issues. Obviously, we've seen a few happening here in Austin, but are there other problems that are occurring with these driverless cars that we might not be anticipating?
So the Cruise Cars say they've driven 5 million miles. And Allison, over the course of 5 million miles with passengers, all kinds of different things can happen. And so given freedom and liberty in this new robo-taxi, there's been reports in San Francisco and national news that people are actually taking advantage of this and having sex in the cars. Now, look, these reports have been in San Francisco, not in Austin, thankfully, and everybody should know that everything in a robo-taxi like these Cruise Cars is video recorded.
Yeah, I've seen them in my neighborhood, so this is all really good information to know next time I see one what's going on. Thank you for chatting with us this morning.
Thank you.